because a lot of the criticism that a guy like DJ gets is from people who just look at the stat line and say 13 for 28 for 207. 13 for 28, who completes 45% of their passes? That's awful. And man, you tack on like 5 more receptions onto that, suddenly he's 18 for 28 and he throws for like almost 300 yards.
Yeah, if those guys catch those balls, I definitely think he's up close to 300 yards, and he's, probably over 60% completion percentage. But again, I thought he looked better the other night. Still a long ways to go, especially in the first half. He started out 6 of 9, if I'm not mistaken. He looked in control. That's what I thought. He looked in control of the offense, and that's something I had not seen a whole lot of the first 4 weeks. And I'm not counting the South Carolina State game. That's a throwaway game. He looked like he was in more control of the offense, and that he was starting to get some of that confidence back.
Kobe Pace is a guy that people found out about around the spring game. He had a big spring game. People were talking about him then. He busts out for 125 yards in this game against BC on 19 carries. Phil Maffa, though, he was impressive again. And here's a guy that when Will Shipley was getting most of the attention, you were a big Maffa guy at that point, had talked to me a lot about Phil Maffa and what you expected out of him. And I know they did everything possible to try to keep him off the field this year, redshirt him, but they finally just had to use him, and he's stepping up as well.
Oh, yeah. I've been a big Maffa guy for a couple years now. I thought he was vastly underrated by the recruiting service. This is a guy that can do a little bit of everything. Clemson's not had a back like this in a while. And what you saw the other night is really only scratching the surface. I was kind of hoping they could keep him off the field this year too and put the red shirt on him so he'd be around a little bit longer and help from a numbers perspective. But Shipley, and deservedly so, was getting a lot of publicity during the recruiting process. The 5-star guy, one of the higher ranked backs. Some thought I can't remember exactly what his ranking was, but he was one of the top backs in the country. And, so Maffa always was kind of in that shadow. But I think Maffa brings a lot of stuff to the table, and it wouldn't surprise me in any way that when these two guys' careers are over, it's Maffa that fans remember more so than Shipley. I just think his ceiling's a little bit higher, and he's a different kind of back than Shipley is.